What's up YouTube, it's your boy Naughty Nev, and today I have another replay for you, a quite exciting one. This is Cyber Dragons, the trap card version, going up against a White Forest Azamina. So without wasting your time, let's hop right into the video. So our opponent wins the rock paper scissors and they decide to go first. And so in our opening hand we have Branded Regained, D-Barrier, Iron Thunder, Fiendsmith Paradise, and Cyber Dragon Hurts. Our opponent opens Imperm, Wanted, Seeker of Sinful Spoils, the Hallowed Azamina, Effect Veiler, and Mannadium Reframing. So we have no disruption, so lucky for our opponent, they're gonna go first. Full combo. So in the draw phase, opponent will activate Wanted to get Diabell Star to their hand. Opponent will special summon Diabell Star, pitching the Effect Veiler from their hand. And then Diabell Star effect will get them the Deception of the Sinful Spoils. Opponent will activate it, and next our opponent will activate Hallowed Azamina since it's already in the hand to bring out this Azamina fusion. I'm not even gonna try pronounce its name, but its effect on summon, it will search them another Wanted, Seeker of the Sinful Spoils. Opponent will activate Wanted to put back Deception and draw a card. Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot to put it at the bottom and not the top. Opponent draws into another Diabell Star. Opponent performs a link summon into IP. Then they'll activate the graveyard effect of the Hallowed Azamina, putting back the fusion to add itself back to hand. Then our opponent will activate Hallowed Azamina, pitching the Wanted to fusion summon Sylvia from the extra deck, so they have established their negate on field. Opponent will set the Imperm, set the Mannadium Reframing, but I don't think this does anything, because they do not control a Synchro monster. So they will pause for turn, and then we start our turn. We draw into Cyber Dragon Core. Love to see that card. So in the main phase, we activate Regained. And then here I'm busy contemplating, do I normal summon Hurts or normal summon Core, because clearly there's a negate on field. There's also the SP banish and 2 set cards. I was like, okay, now Core will obviously get negated. But I decided, you know what, let's do it. Normal summon Core, my opponent should be negating Core, so we get rid of 1 disruption at least. So normal summon Core effect, and obviously, like I said, bro, the whole purpose of Cyber Dragon Core is just to get negated. So opponent hits us with Imperm, it gets negated, and here I thought my opponent would activate IP to go to SP, because obviously I'm threatening the contact fuse, but opponent actually doesn't do anything, so we just immediately contact fuse into Mega Fleet Dragon with 2400 attack. I enter battle phase, attack into his Sylvia, and in the main phase 2 I set D-Barrier and I set Iron Thunder. Then we pause for a turn. Opponent will draw into Rushia of the White Forest. Then our opponent will activate Hallowed Azamina, shuffling back Sylvia to add itself back to hand. Opponent will special summon Diabell Star, pitching the Rushia from the hand. Activating its effect, I was debating whether I want to activate Iron Thunder, but I figured my opponent may just be getting Deception, and I already have D-Barrier to handle it, so I let it go through. Opponent will activate Deception. Next, they'll activate Hallowed Azamina to bring out the fusion negate, and here I decide to chain D-Barrier, calling fusion. Opponent will enter battle phase, attack into our Mega Fleet, and also since I activated D-Barrier, Mega Fleet's effect is negated, so its attack goes back to 0, hence why I take 2400 damage. In the end phase, Deception will reset itself because of its effect. It will send from the Speller Trap Zone this turn while it was face up. It will just reset itself during the end phase. So we start our turn and we draw into another D-Barrier. So in the main phase, since I obviously don't have a way to go for the OTK, but I can try put 2 bodies on the field, I use Cyber Dragon Core's graveyard effect to special summon Cyber Dragon. I'm not going to special summon Nashta. I don't want to waste that. I can just bring out Cyber Dragon itself. Then, since Cyber Dragon Core got banished and it's a light monster, Regained effect triggers, shuffle back Core, and then we draw into Nashta. How wonderful. I did not want to see that card, but hey, it is what it is. Then we normal summon Hurts. And then here I perform a link summon into Anima because Hertz is a level 1. Anima effect to take his Diabell Star, and our opponent will scoop. So we go to game 2 and our opponent is going first again. And in this hand we open Fuwalos, Branded Regained, Cyber Emergency, D-Barrier, and Juris Worm. Opponent opens Woes of the White Forest, Call By, Toy Soldier, D-Barrier, and Diabell Star of the Black. Diabell Star, the Black Witch. Opponent will enter main phase. They will special summon Diabell Star, pitching Toy Soldier. Chainlink 1, Toy Soldier. Chainlink 2, Diabell. Diabell will get Deception. Toy Soldier will special summon itself. Then Toy Soldier effect to add Toy Box to their hand. Toy Box effect. And they will use the effect to place up to 2 monsters with Toy in their original names into the spell and trap zones. Well, set them into their spell and trap zones. So they'll set Toy Tank and only Toy Tank. Next, our opponent will activate Deception, tributing Diabell to add Hollowed Azamina to their hand. Opponent will activate Hollowed Azamina. And we decide to chain Fuwalos since they will bring out a monster from the extra deck, and our opponent will hit us with Call By. Very unfortunate for us. So our opponent will bring out the fusion monster. I will not even attempt to say its name. Its effect on someone will add, oh, is that possible? 1 Azamina or Sinful Sports. Yes, that is possible. Sorry, it's just a new card. I wasn't sure. So I'm pretty sure this is a new spell coming out in the Supreme of Darkness, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm going to keep my mouth shut in case I'm being dumb right now. But they'll add, how do you even say this name? Okay, I'm not even going to try. Anyway, they add this card to their hand. Next, our opponent will activate Hollowed Azamina's Graveyard effect to add itself back to hand. And they'll activate its effect again to bring out the Sylvia from their extra deck. So now they have established their negate. Opponent will set Woes of the White Forest and D-Barrier and pass for turn. In the end phase, Deception will set itself since it was sent face up to the graveyard. And now we start our turn drawing into Call By. So we enter the main phase, activate Regain. Gotta establish Regain first before we start banishing any lights or darks. We activate Cyber Emergency to add Cyber Dragon Core to our hand. We normal summon Core effect. Opponent will chain calling Fusion. But we will still get Cyber Dark Realm to our hand so that we have it for the next turn. Next, I'll activate Juris Worm, banishing Diabell. I think that was the only light or dark monster in our opponent's grave. So we banish Diabell, special summon Juris, then regain effect, put back Diabell to draw a card. And we draw into Cyber Dragon. Wow, that really sucks. Gosh, absolutely terrible. But anyway, carrying on, we decide to enter battle phase because we can just easily attack over Sylvia. Opponent will activate Woes of the White Forest to special summon a White Forest monster from the deck and then perform a Synchro Summon immediately. Opponent will Synchro Summon into, Sinister Soul of the White Forest, this Synchro monster. I don't know why some of these cards have difficult names for me to pronounce. And on summon its effect, you can send 1 spell or trap from your hand or field to the graveyard to add 1 White Forest card or light spellcaster monster from their deck to their hand. Opponent will send a Deception and they will add Alzet of the White Forest. Then as a Stellar of the White Forest Graveyard effect will trigger. It will special summon itself from the grave. Just another body on the field. And here I still proceed to attack into Sylvia. We're getting rid of that negate. And then I actually forgot about the effect of Toy Box, which says once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send 1 face down card you control to the graveyard, destroy that opponent's monster. So our opponent will destroy Juris and we'll just use Juris effect, sending the Sylvia. I don't know why opponent just decides to use Sylvia effect, but anyway. And also Toy Tank will reborn itself since it was sent from the spell and trap zone to the grave while it was set. And Since our opponent did special summon a monster, regained effect triggers, we will bring back our Jerusalem. And so we get to attack again with Jewess. Cyber Dragon Core will first attack into Estella, and I decide to crash into his Synchro Monster with Jewess Worm. Main phase 2, we don't really have much to do, so I just decide to set Core Buy and D-Barrier. And we proceed to pass our turn. Our opponent draws into Vanadium Reframing. In the main phase, opponent will activate Toy Tank, and its effect, you contribute this monster, special summon one level 6 or lower monster from your hand, or if you control a toy box, you can special summon from your grave instead. So opponent will tribute Toy Tank to special summon Estella, then Toy Box effect will trigger. Toy Box effect. But before that, because same thing, I also thought it was a trigger effect, but on the summon of Estella, I'll go regain effect to bring back Jerusalem. Then our opponent will use Toy Box effect to set Toy Tank and Toy Soldier back to his spell and trap zones. Estella effect, it will send a spell or trap from the hand or field to the grave to special summon one light spellcaster tuner from their deck. Opponent will special summon Sylvie of the White Forest, and then Sylvie effect will add a White Forest spell or trap, and also Toy Soldier triggers to reborn itself. And I decide just to chain D-Barrier, calling Synchro, since obviously opponent already has a tuner on the field, so the only way they go is Synchro plays. So they will add Tales of the White Forest. Opponent will use Toy Soldier's effect. They'll add Rusia of the White Forest to their hand. Rusia effect triggers, yes, it does trigger to special summon itself. Then on summon its effect, send one spell or trap from their hand or field to the graveyard to draw a card. Opponent will draw into another Estella, and then Toy Tank triggers to reborn itself. Opponent will then perform a link summon into IP, and then perform a link summon into SP, and the SP effect will banish our Jerusalem. Regained effect to shuffle back our Jerusalem and draw a card. We draw into Foralos, quite late for that. Opponent will activate Unicorn, targeting Regained, to shuffle back into our deck, and obviously we just let that go through. There's not really much we can do to that. Opponent will then link summon to Access Code, obviously targeting Unicorn, so its attack goes to 5,300. And then on res, I decide to go Call Buy, and I forgot which one I was targeting, but we will see in a second. Oh yes, I decide to banish his fusion Sylvia, because opponent hasn't used Hollowed Azamina effect yet, so I decide just to get rid of it before our opponent activates Access Code to destroy our Call Buy, in which at that point I won't be able to respond. So our opponent will enter battle phase, attack us for 5,300, proceed to end phase and pass. We draw into Lebellion. So special summon Cyber Dragon, contact fuse into Mega Fleet. Lebellion effect. This will add Mag to our hand, and here I do decide to use Mag effect to banish the Toy Tank. I don't go for the White Forest Synchro because our opponent can just use Sylvia. Is Sylvia and Rusia, yeah, they have the graveyard effect. They can shuffle back the Synchro to special summon themselves, so I just go for Toy Tank. On summon, Mag effect to add a dragon in the end phase. Then we special summon Lebellion. Lebellion effect, put back our regain to the field. I'll enter battle phase, attack for 2,400 and 2,500. Not game, but I can't really I can't get Power Bond, and I need another Cyber Dragon name in my hand or field to fusion summon. And then here I decide to normal summon for Walos, link into SP effect. I'll just banish the toy box just to not give him the ability to reset the toy monsters. And in the end phase, we add Jerusalem to our hand. In the end phase, opponent will activate Sylvie to special summon itself, shuffling back the Synchro. And opponent will start their turn drawing into Ash Blossom. Opponent will activate LZ to send one spell or trap from the hand or field to the graveyard to special summon, and then they can add one White Forest monster from their deck to their hand. So special summon LZ to add Sylvie of the White Forest. Yes, add a monster, yes. And here I decide to activate Regained on the summon to Reborn Mag, then Mag effect to get the search in the end phase. Opponent will perform a synchro summon into Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest, and on its summon, all face-up monsters that I control will change to face-down defense position. So I decide to chain SP targeting Silvera and SP herself, and opponent will use Sylvie effect. I decide to chain Jewess targeting the Sylvie, and our opponent will just then use Rusia, shuffling back the synchro. So I lose target of SP. Jewess will special summon itself, banishing this Sylvia, and my monsters will flip face down. SP will obviously stay on the field because it can't go to face down defense. Then on res, I go Regained effect to shuffle back and draw, but our opponent will hit us with Ash Blossom. Opponent will then, I think this is a normal summon. Yeah, I don't think my opponent has normal summoned yet, so they'll normal summon Sylvie and use its effect to add a White Forest spell or trap. Opponent will use the effect of Rusia, even though it's negated, but it is cost to send, so opponent will discard the spell to draw a card. Well, attempt to draw a card, sorry, but it's negated. Then the Scourge of the White Forest will just reset itself. Opponent will perform a synchro summon into Visas Amritara. This will obviously get them the Mannadium Reframing, but it's already in their grave. So our opponent has no targets for them to add from their deck to the hand. And here our opponent admits defeat. So this was quite a grindy game too. Just a battle for power, but I think we were in a good position. We did have a lot of bodies on field and we had the Bestials in rotation. But at least in the end, guys, we won, which is pretty good. And so this brings us to the end of the video, guys. Cyber Dragon Traps seems to be doing well and still having fun with this deck. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And till the next video, Naughty Nev signing out. Peace.